better be safe.
Yeah, I think just going up slowly is the smart way. You're turning time into money. You know what I mean? By
HUD.
by selling puts, right? If you get the thing, you just do covered calls. You just collecting more time premium. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and it works really well on like Roku and LVGO, Fastly.
Oh, well, those are moving. Those move in one direction even more. You know what I mean? That's
PSTX.
why the
Volatility is crazy high on those.
yeah. There was that EPR number right for the earnings.
EAF.
Those
DDD.
And that's where I sold my puts, and then
goodness.
it's one of those rare days.
It must have been flat to open then, and then it went down one direction, right?
Yeah, because IV crashed happened right after earnings, and then Nvidia moved down, and then
Arlo.
It's kind of understanding what happened, and if oh I'm a genius, or if I got lucky. You have to understand when you get lucky, not to try to do it again, kind of deal, or if it's worth the risk or not. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, I mean personally, I went through so many stocks that
MBOT.
just went down 10% on me.
Oh,
Oversizing.
HLRD.
I remember buying 3M when it was
okay.
like 190 or 180, and it dropped from like 200. And then in March, 3M went to like 118. That's where I did my first ad.
SPR.
Ended up selling for a profit, and look at 3M now. It's going higher.
EKSO.
Yeah, no, like 3M. They were supposed to make those masks, right? I was supposed to like try to pump up the stock. They didn't really do anything after the announcement.
Yep. I mean, it's all about timing and when you enter and when you exit. Because it feels like a lot of people are just, in and they're like, okay, get me rich right now. But, it can take a month or two for stock to move up.
Yeah, you really have to like the stock and hold it long term to convert the time to money. Sometimes you gotta hold it a couple years, man. You know what I mean? But it's just the way it goes. Right, you know what I'm talking about with the corporate bonds of those companies, the cruise lines and the airlines, right?
AVEO.
Yeah.
You want to buy those because they give you a pretty good yield, or they were like 10% or
PRPO.
something. And if they do go bankrupt, then you get first pickings of their assets. But if you get the stock, you get zero. You know what I mean?
MIO.
Well, since this pandemic started, I think I went through like three different companies that went bust on me.
CTK.
I'm still green for the year.
Which ones went bust?
Uh, Tailored Brands, Intelsat, uh, Chesapeake.
Oh shit! Dang man.
MTZ.
Yeah, but my position wasn't that bad, and I never added, so just let it go, see what happens.
ANSS.
What percentage are you up since
Well, I'm pretty much break even since COVID. That's when everything dropped.
uh yeah, last week was I think the worst week. I think last week most people don't even have enough money for the money that I lost last week. Like more than almost like two times as it was like half a Lambo.
Well, that's what I Well, for you, that's what it was for me when I first learned about options. I was like, oh yeah, I can buy options. Great.
Oh, me too. I lost
Yeah.
money. Yeah.
I could add and it doesn't cost me much. And then, I ended up with like 40 and 50 and 60 contracts.
IDXG.
Oh yeah, yeah. And that was the worst thing, right?
Yeah, and then
Yes,
it
sir.
goes
Kept
down
going down,
on you and market closes and you're fucking
holding,
praying at night. Yeah.
and then it goes down even more.
API.
Have you recovered those at least? Have you recovered that money at least by selling contracts? You should have though, right?
Oh yeah, I'm really good right now for the year. It's just Boeing is my only position that's down. Everything else is up, to be honest.
LX.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my personal experience
NMRK.
buying to open option side really bad. The money I've recovered and made from selling options and selling options to earnings, right? And then the rest of the money is from shorting, using ES to short on the really red days. So that's me
LPSRL.
this year. I've converted. I sold all my Baba shares and I switched to that, and I'm positive. I'm still outpacing Baba, right? Even after the major launch, and I'm still outpacing the /ES from when I started. So
Well, for you, maybe if you play
EXPD.
more different tickers versus size, maybe you'll be even more successful.
SBBP.
oh, for sure. I
Nodes.
haven't played ES on the way up. You know what I mean? If I played ES on the way up, my account would be at 1 million.
Please, if all of us play DS on the way up.
You see what I'm saying? I haven't played ES on the way up at all, and trying to play ES or YM or whatever on the way up, I think I've lost
AIRG.
money. It's really stupid.
I actually bought some puts for SPY 220, and
GGB.
those puts are at like negative 99% for me. But I made money by selling puts against my put. So basically, I bought a put and then I was selling puts against my put. See what I mean?
Yeah, I know. It all depends on the strike and how much you have. Did you sell more? You buy less? Is that what happened?
PSTX.
Well, the one that I sold was what, 6 months, 8 months out. I mean, the one that I bought a put 8 months out, and I was selling weeklies against my put.
Oh, yeah, no, that's smart. Yeah, like a calendar
Then,
spread.
Yes.
yeah, and SPY has expirations on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you can sell those too.
Yo, I'm back.
Oh, what's up, man? Yeah, Dredos, we took a look at that Russia MBT, and I wouldn't put
Mech.
any money in there because the dividend is all over the place, and no one tracks it, no analysts. It doesn't mean it's gonna not keep going up or just go up and spike up, but what I mean. I think there are better plays that people know about, and you could use the media to your advantage. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. I'm glad. Thank you for looking at it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, maybe you'll be better off sticking with NCLH.
SHLL plus
Norwegian?
CPT.
Norwegian. I wonder, if there's an ETF for cruise lines and travel.
I think there is. I think there is. Yeah.
I think that's a good long-term investment.
Oh, I used to play a lot of DGAS, UGAS, Gosh.
What's that?
Those were the 3 times leverage ETFs on like oil and gas.
Oh, I never touched those. Only played the one.
Oh, dude, that was just, I don't know, felt like 99% of the time you lost money on those.
Yeah. You do.
WKEY.
Because they're leveraged, and with with futures too, they're not. That's why I don't trade them anymore, right? You know what I mean? Like a lot of the stuff is luck, right? And if it's like if you determine it to be gambling, right, and you like just to make a couple of bucks or make like a couple thousand, and it's not worth it if if you're overly anxious, right?
Yeah, those ETFs, maybe you
GRWG.
traded JNOG, JDust.
Never. I don't really trade too much. The only ones are like the big one, like SPY or like QQQ. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you see, SPY doesn't decay over time, but J
Wait,
dot.
they do what?
Oh yeah, those 3 times leverage. Yeah, they
Oh, they
decay.
decay. Oh,
There's one for biotech is Lab U, Lab D. Those sound really
Math.
nice if you're winning, but oh man, those just go down on you so hard.
yeah, anytime something decays, you don't want to touch it. There's an options
And if it
including.
decays, yeah.
It's like look at it. You know what I mean? Like Dreddles. Look at it like a casino. You know what I mean? If your odds are like less than 50% or 45%, you don't want to touch it. And the odds of if you're playing an option are probably, if you don't know what you're doing,
Farm.
you're probably 45%. Because you got to factor in data, right? Data's going to take that away from you, and you got to factor in the contract fee too, right? Wait, Dreddle's still here? No. But you understand what I'm saying, like Bag of Moody, right?
CBIX.
Sorry, what did you say?
Mhm.
I'm saying if for options, right, it's almost like you're
Otsuo.
playing in a casino, because if you buy it, chances are you're going to lose money because of one, data decay, right? Two, you got to pay
TBIL.
the contract fee to get in and out, right? So all that costs money. You know what I mean?
That's why the ETFs are so much
Fox.
lower risk, is because you don't have to do that.
But ETFs, they also charge money, right, to manage it, right, Bag of Moody?
It's very minimal. So some of them are only like 0.05%.
Yeah, compared, yeah, for sure, for comparison.
But I think the
IMAX.
question is have we seen the decline
LC.
flatline for travel stuff, or is it going to continue to flatline? I think that's the question.
PRPOHUST.
You want to play those? I find those very, very risky, and I don't think I don't know. I have let me tell you this, right? I have a cruise booked for January. Okay, we'll see then if it gets pushed back even further. I don't think the ships have sailed at all yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not allowed until November or September.
Uh huh. I'm supposed to be on a cruise right now, right? I had one in August.
Even if you look at their stock, right, it's down 5% today. It could be up 5% tomorrow. Nobody knows. Like airlines, cruises, they all sold off today because of bad news in Europe.
Yeah.
And I think all those airlines are gonna dilute soon.
AVEO.
They need the
Mhm.
cash.
Yep, it's right. Dilution and
I think
PSTX.
airlines is going to have a longer road to recovery, but I think cruise lines are going to jump just because they're not operating at all right now. I think that's the reason. And then once they start operating, airlines are
ADP.
operating right now,
OCN.
and some of them, like I fly often, once a month, and I'm full other than the middle seat, so they're still running at capacity for COVID times. But yeah, I think cruise lines is where it's at.
RXT.
but if they're not operating, how are they
DUSL.
making money though? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but their money is based off of their equity, and their assets,
No, they've they've gone beyond that. They're already over leveraged. That's why they
GTN.
have to sell corporate bonds.
CRF.
Uh,
TWOU.
Hmm. And like I said, right, if you really like those, you should be buying the bonds, because if they do go bankrupt, which is very risky, right? These companies, a lot of people understand this. You'll get first pickings
Shop.
because you have the bonds, you have the debt, right? You have their debt, so you're able to get however many, right? And it has to be, within how much ever
BIGC.
time to get somewhere close to your initial
CTAS.
the initial money you get in,
API.
because you're not going to get that initial money in when they go bankrupt, right? So the percentage of interest has to be worth it, and when they liquidate, you have to get like whatever, like 85. If you're lucky to get 85% or 85 cents to the dollar, you'll be lucky. But it might be really bad. It might be like 30 cents to the dollar or something. Yeah, and then everyone in that holds equities gets zero. They lose all their money. Right, and then if you it takes longer for them to recover for sure. That's not even not even a question, right? You could be putting that money elsewhere and getting more. So personally, I don't know
ENDP.
Tesla at these levels. I don't know. It could just keep going, but no one knows.
Yeah, I'm calling out 2K.
Calling out the 2K.
I'm telling you, I called out 2K last week because I was talking to some buddies and I was reading stuff online, and everybody was just saying 2K, 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 and I think that's just embedded in people's brain right now as the number. And I
They
think
need
that's,
more money. They need
Yeah,
more
you know.
money to push it up. That's it.
yeah,
Well, think about it. With a small account of $3,000, how many Tesla shares can you buy? Like 2 shares.
Okay.
yeah.
MBOT.
And then if it goes to 2K, I mean, what you're gonna make
MMX.
$400, $500.
Which is still
MTBC.
good money for a short, for somebody who's
UCL.
new to investing,
But just sounds like too much risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would be? So
EYEN.
for example, I'm in. I bought 1 share.
ICPT.
What
EKSO.
would you recommend I do throughout this week to ensure I don't lose money?
You already bought the share. What was your price?
17.20.
Oh, okay. You got a good price, or a fairly good price. You could just
Yeah.
sell it now, to be honest, and be up. You know what I mean?
CORR.
Yeah.
You're already up, man. It's
But-
already moved in your favor,
2K.
right? Right, Bagamoody. You see what I'm saying? Like it's already moved in your favor, man. You already got profits. If every time you take profits, there's no way for you to lose money.
Yeah, but they see the problem is when you take profits and you look at the stock and it's going up, you're like, oh shit, I gotta buy more. And then you buy more and it dumps on you.
Yep, it always dumps.
JFK.
It always
RNOX.
dumps.
Well, currently 1780 would be a good stop loss.
He's right. You should set a stop loss in profit.
1780.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do a stop loss at 1780 or a 2000. I'm gonna go
BFRA.
either way. Can I do both?
YTEN.
On Robinhood, probably not. But if it goes up tomorrow, you might want to move your stop loss to 1800.
Okay.
All right, so right, you said you're gonna take
MCFT.
profit at 2,000. If it goes to 2,000, man, you sell it. But that's already even more money. You know what I mean? That's an absurd, like another absurd return. What is that? Like another 10%
Yeah.
in one day?
It would
Well,
have
that's-
9%.
That's another thing. If
CRI.
it goes up to, I don't know, 1900, you'll be like, okay, let me see if I can hold it until 1910. Or if it goes to 2000, you'll be like, okay, let me set for
DRIO.
$2010. And then it goes to 2000, $9, and you're like, oh shit, I'm almost there, and you're holding, and it just dumps on you $200.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
gonna I'm gonna set my loss limit.
Most of the time,
SRAN
you
Plus.
cannot be greedy and be like, oh, I gotta get this $1 extra in.
Right, you
RXT.
can't be greedy.
It's true.
If I would have just,
Fox.
I had a yearly goal and I'd already surpassed it. If I would have just stopped, I wouldn't have lost any of the
H.
money.
AEO.
You know what I mean? I'll be eating caviar, and then I could have just put all my things into Apple. I could have put 500 grand into Apple, and that would have been done.
Remember TVX? It went to 1000.
Yeah, what happened? It went to zero afterwards.
I think it got delisted, but when it went to 1000, I think somebody bought like 40 shares at 1000, and after
BGFB.
that, they just been dumping. So, first thing that you do when you sell, just stop looking at it. Like, close the ticker and, I don't know, move somewhere else.
GPRO.
Yeah.
Usually trade Boeing all day long, but
Peak.
like sometimes it moves up $20 and then it just dumps $20. So the first thing that I do when I sell, I just don't look at it for like a few days.
Okay. What are you guys looking at for tomorrow? Anything?
Pretty much tech like Roku, Fastly,
PSTX.
LVGO.
Bongo.
I have Gap, and Gap has been just moving up as of, I don't know, past month.
Oh, Gap had that Kanye thing, right?
Yeah, they had Kanye a month or two ago, and that one was trading at like $11. Now it's at almost 16.
AZRE.
Bad Buy and Beyond also moved up really high from like $7 initial entry.
Bed Bath and Beyond. That's the thing. Sometimes I look at these charts and I see it's gone up, whether 5%, and then I don't. I feel like I shouldn't jump in at that time because it's gone up, and I should wait for it to drop.
Mhm.
SKYW.
I know a lot of people buy
KDP,
stocks only
PRPO.
on red days.
Drib.
Interesting.
I mean, I've seen Boeing go up 5%
NABB.
a day, and then next day it just dumps 10%. Snapchat
CG.
is not that bad at $21.
Yeah, Boeing. I wouldn't touch that one. That one moves unused too much.
Yeah, it moves on airlines, it moves on manufacturing, it just does its own thing. It doesn't follow SPY.
And then like with people dying and all that, it's a pretty broken stock. I wouldn't touch it. I've
Yep.
lost money in there too. I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, but if you look at the volume daily on Boeing, it's so high. It's crazy high.
Hmm.
SHLL Plus.
What's the contract prices? Are they still like hyperinflated? What's going on with those?
Actually, no. For the
CHCI.
past 3 weeks, I want to say it dropped.
Hmm.
IV really dropped on Boeing. So I moved to Roku and Fastly and LVGO.
Imagine investing into Roku when it came out.
Oh, Netflix is the one.
Net, you guys know I worked at Netflix 9 years ago for 3 years.
They give you any shares?
I did not get any shares. I was only 20 years, 20, I was 20 or 21,
How do you know?
33. It was like,
Oh.
Oh,
Rem- Remember when Netflix had their CDs or DVDs through mail?
that's when I worked there. I
RVLV.
worked at the call, at
Yeah.
the
You
customer
pick a
service.
movie that you want to watch, and they send you the CD.
I remember.
Yeah, that was
And like $20 a month, you could watch, I don't know, maybe
SGDN.
like 5, 6 movies.
yeah. I do see Netflix is one of those 5 to 10 years that's just going to continue to grow. I think the problem with Netflix though is that there's so many competitors now that are coming out with streaming platforms, and anytime some news of that comes out, it's an instant drop.
Yeah, I remember that when Disney came out and
Yep.
Amazon. Yeah, Netflix was just dumping. But to be honest, Netflix at 500 feels overpriced.
Yeah, it does.
CS.
What do you guys think about Fox?
News?
Fox News, yeah. Fox
LMRK.
Sports.
CNK.
They made us.
GRPN. Cena.
Assets that are still owned by Fox Corporation, and that's what the stock is.
KNDI.
I think they
WMS.
still have what's that channel? What's that channel in Europe? The sports.
These
SUPN.
are the channels: Fox News, Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2, Fox Business, Big Ten Network, some TV stations.
RXT.
Yeah, so those are what's included. That's what's left.
What's the one that was in the Europe? I forget. It was a sports channel in Europe.
Red.
What's their ticker?
BLCN.
Fox. It's Fox FOX.
DQ. NG. GPRO.
Well, it's at $25, but is there any potential?
That's a good question. Let's see. I mean, basically, Fox owns one of 4 major national broadcast networks that are only television outlets capable of reaching
PSTX. SVM.
120 million households. So they still have the volume as far as live TV goes.
Well, they were at $50 a year and a half ago. I don't know. Doesn't look too promising. There must be a reason that they're not going up
KLR.
with the rest of the market.
The reason is Netflix and Hulu and all those. People don't really watch television anymore. You know what I mean? You're like polar opposites, right? You can't have it both ways. You know, if Netflix is going up, then those channels are probably going down. Unless they come out with their own streaming thing.
They do. They have Fox Go. Why did Disney have a price jump at the beginning of August?
Azul.
Did something happen?
It was either Disney Plus news or something about their parks in Florida.
Man, it was ESPN because NBA came back, I'm pretty sure. They own ESPN, right? So the NBA started playing like at the end of July, the last day. So
yeah, that's why. I'm trying to figure out, when NFL starts back up, what's going to be. Do you think Disney's going to jump up again?
NFL actually has some with Fox. They got some pretty big ones, but I don't know. Like it's all pretty hard to predict.
AQST.
I don't really think those are, you know what I mean, like the stocks you want to
TBIO.
go even spending your time on, right?
Well, the only one would be Comcast. Comcast and Disney would be the only
Flex.
ones that you could invest in.
You say you work for Comcast, no?
Yeah, so I get 15% off. So I do that through my company.
Understand their company better than anyone here, probably, right?
Oh, I know. Yeah, 100%. I mean, here's the thing, Comcast. So I actually manage the entire Comcast business commercial sales department for the West Division. So all of sales goes through my channel, and I manage the 100 people under me. So, but I used to work on the commercial or on the residential side. I was over there in Oregon for 5 years managing a residential team. And so, if there's anything Comcast does, it's always they act like
ACI.
somebody's always chasing them. So they're always looking at 2-3 steps ahead, and it's going to stay like that forever. A lot of people say, "Oh, Comcast is going to go down." The division president, the CEO, they all have 5 to 10 year mindset, and they're already planning the next phase of the world right now, and they've always been like that. So, and I anticipate. So here's what's going to happen for Comcast Business. Comcast Business next year is going to release mobile phones for business customers, which we don't have that right now. So Xfinity Mobile is going to be for business customers. It's going to be huge, especially at the cheaper price. we've also just released in Comcast Business cybersecurity platform for all of our business customers. And so as we're doing that on the business side, we have about 60% market penetration right now in the west half of the US for Comcast Business compared to competitors, which is huge. There's nothing like that anywhere else. So like I said, but they are talking about splitting Comcast and Comcast Business as far as trading rights and being two
EVSI.
different entities. So Comcast Xfinity will be one entity, Comcast
IDSG,
NBC will be under one
TLC.
umbrella, and then Comcast Business will be under a separate umbrella. That's
You
what,
know,
that's what they're
that could be
talking about.
beneficial to you. If they split, it could be beneficial to you. Like when how DuPont split, I think
Yeah.
it was beneficial. Or when like GE split, their assets, it was beneficial to them.
Yeah, because Comcast Business right now I think it brings in, it's not much. I think for our division we bring in about 20 million.
All the shares that you have, right? Or is there a lockout period of when you can sell them, or what?
1 year.
Okay.
Yeah,
You didn't have to sign any NDAs or anything like that.
nope.
Like you're free. You're free to buy Comcast, right? Even with all the information,
RXT.
right?
Yeah. And the fact that I get it at a 15% discount is like a no-brainer, you know. But I have
Ally.
some 401. I had about 50K in my 401k.
LWAY.
I just went into Fidelity and reallocated because it had me in Vanguard,
PSTX.
which
Vanguard buy.
yeah, it had me in Vanguard, which was okay. You know, I was getting like 1.5.
FRLN.
But then I saw that there was other ones. Actually, let me pull it up because I kind of want to get your guys' opinion.
I think the Vanguard ETF for S&P 500 is actually recommended by Buffett. So if you have that one, that's the bat. It's pretty good. You know what I mean? For someone that doesn't, I personally still think I don't really understand the market completely, but you know what I mean? Someone that's new to it,
LRN.
yeah, leave it in there, man. Don't touch it. It's going in your favor.
I don't think it's the Vanguard S&P 500.
PSNL.
Oh no, that's not good. Vanguard S&P 500 outpaces about
New.
maybe like 70% of most traders, if not more. It's like 90% of day traders, I think, lose their money or lose money.
LYB.
No, it's the Vanguard Target 2050.
Yeah.
What was that?
It's basically like their 25th. It's the number basically means that that's when you plan on retiring,
IR.
2050, and so it's built to be a long term. But then I basically reallocated it. So I like 50. I reallocated in a portion of a third. So I put a third into Fidelity 500 index, and that's actually been green for me for the last month.
KTB.
Oh, I think you're into mutual funds, man. I wouldn't touch mutual funds. Mutual funds have front and back end like loads, front load, back load,
SNOA.
and they take your money and they charge you every time. You know what I mean? They charge you every.
RH. ICPT. SYRS DRIO MCRB ten PETQ EXP RXT DGII MSCI WKEY PAY NWSA AMC Acre Fun LQDT Thwana DBX BCLI Allo TCDA WRTC. GRWG. Watt. Oxy. OC. SGDJ. Cone. SPWH. DPHCW.
Up and rebought it. And I was just like, whatever, I'm just gonna hold it.
SGMS.
And that's you just
First
wait.
time I bought it was last November for like $80 after BlizzCon, and it
PEIX.
dumped to like $40 only.
No. Yeah, that's bad, man. You bought it at like the top, and you bought it
Right.
like with unexpected bad news. Because that's what the incident, right? Like it's like you guys don't have phones, right? Right off the one.
Yeah, and I remember during
CRTX.
that BlizzCon they were willing disabled people on the on the stage, and I was like, oh, they're trying to pump the stock.
Yeah. Not only that, but then they had the whole free Hong Kong thing, and they took the guy's prize money away. Remember that? Like how bad that was, huh?
I remember they had a lot of layoffs in December of
Ager.
last year.
AVYA.
Hopefully tomorrow we got like a little bit of a red day or some of the stocks that I like. Right, yeah, like you said, like you don't want to buy them on the green days, but they've been all been
Tall.
freaking green days. You don't want to buy it when the move has already happened to the upside.
CMC. ARCT. AQST.
Do you listen to Mad Money at all?
Oh yeah. Kramer, I think Kramer was one of the people that recommended Activision Blizzard. And I read his like report. But I knew the company because I think at the time I was playing one of their games like Destiny.
MCS.
They were coming out with an expansion and all that. And I was making money in that game too. So
I
Oh.
anticipate Blizzard because I play World of Warcraft and then Diablo. And all.
like their cash cow World of Warcraft.
Well, yeah, and so BFA with their new expansion, the pre-patch, which is called the pre-patch, is basically a month before release. They do a patch in the game prior to the expansion coming out, where it basically starts the progression for the new expansion. So you get the new gear and the new storyline. That's probably going to happen late October
AMCR.
to mid-October. And then release date, they said it's going to be in either early November or late November, but Q4 guaranteed. And then Overwatch 2 comes out in 2021. And then
ACHV.
Diablo 4 comes out late
Overwatch.
late 2021. So they're going to have a huge next 12 months. I'm
The year I got it.
DLL.
Oh, sorry.
You
I
what?
think your plan should be wait for the news, right? They're gonna announce the new release date of their expansion or of their game, and then the stock is gonna tank. That's when you want to buy.
Doesn't always tank, no. Like I forgot about Overwatch. I think Overwatch is one of the reasons why the stock doubled as well. It was just so unprecedented, you know what I mean?
CNTY.
And it's
Best.
a funny thing. I got one of those. I don't even play the PS4 anymore, right? I have that collector's edition Overwatch thing, that giant ass box with the action figures or whatever in there. I got that. I still haven't opened it. That was like from my profits. My first ATVI profits. That thing is just on like a wall.